What's up, PEL? This is BNOM81 coming to you with Week 16 predictions, and the playoff race is starting to get a bit clearer. So we'll look at all the games this week that are important and why they're important, and who's involved in all of them. So first up, we got the Bengals and the Titans are on auto. Hopefully, we'll get him back in the off season. I'm sure nobody in the AFC wants him to come back as hard as the AFC is, and you add Scoopy, another great player, to that mix. It's going to be really tough. But the Bengals get a very important win as his playoff hopes are slowly dwindling away. He gets a force at a really good time that will give him a pulse in week 6 and week 17. So if you go out here and you look at the AFC wild card race, which is where the Bengals are, you can see that the Colts are 11-3 and in control, looking to knock down that number 1 seed. And you have the Chiefs here at 10-3. We'll have to see. I believe the Chiefs are getting the force. We'll check that to make sure. But if he goes to 10-4, then you have all these teams here at 10-4. You have the Dolphins at 10-4, who are leading the AFC East, and you have the Ravens at 10-4, leading the AFC North. And you have the Browns here at 10-4 that I believe lost 2 forces to the Ravens. So the head-to-head tiebreaker it belongs to Caleb over Tristan. And you see the Bengals down here at 8-6. So the best he can do is get to 10 wins, and he's going to get the 9th one this week. As you can see, there's still hope because the Browns, that's not good, because the Browns have the tiebreaker over the Bengals, won both games, and then I believe the Texans beat the Bengals pretty good too. So these 2 wild card teams right here have that may have actually eliminated Brandon completely due to the fact that he has lost those head-to-head tiebreakers. So, but anyway, still, you never know with the Madden God. So this is an important win for Brandon this week. And as you can see, the Jaguars are here at 8-5. We'll have to take a look and see what happens to them. I believe they're getting the force too. Okay, so Brandon's going to get the win, get his 9th win of the season. Good bounce back year for him. I think he had a rough year the first 2 seasons, but he's starting to figure it out. So, okay, week 16, we got the Eagles and the Cowboys. Give me Lee in this one, playing out the stretch. Like I said, Lee always plays hard. It's guys like Lee that make this league great. They don't concede anything down the stretch. They duke it out. So give me Lee in this game. Let's say 24-21. Next up, we got a big game here. Ravens and the Jaguars. If the Jaguars look to hang in, let's go back to week 15 and see about the Jaguars. They're short a game. I always miss these games somehow. I can never remember or see what okay, so he's getting the force over. That's the very first one. So he's getting the force. That gets him to 9 wins, so he stays alive. So week 16, Jaguars, Ravens. Big game for the Ravens to try to stay on top of the North, and the Jaguars. This will be an interesting game because, Caleb is a good lurker and Jeff struggles against lurkers. So I'm going to take the Ravens in this one. Let's say 27-20 as the Ravens get that 11th one of the season and close in on a AFC North championship. Next up, we got the Vikings and the Redskins. As the Vikings look to the playoffs, I believe he is after the Bucks beating Ed last week. I think he pretty much has the North wrapped up in the NFC. So let's look at the NFC North. He's 8-6 and Ed is 6-8, so he's up 2 with 2 to go. For you golf people, he's 2 dormy right there. So, and I believe he has the tiebreakers too. So I believe that the Vikings have actually locked up the division now. Once the week advances, you'll probably see a Y by his name. So good job, Aaron. So that doesn't make him very desperate to win this game. So give me, let's see. Oh, I think he was playing the Redskins. Give me Aaron in this one. Let's say 24-14. All right, we are going to skip the Bucks and the Saints and come back because the Bucks, he likes to watch my predictions video until I predict him to lose, and then he just cuts it off. So we're going to come back to this because the Saints have playoff implications, so we will check that last. Next up, we got the Jets and the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are locked in, looking to get a first-round bye, maybe even home field advantage if the Colts slip up. So give me the Chiefs in this game in pretty easy fashion. Let's say 24-14. Next up, we got the Packers and the Falcons, and the Packers just knocked off the pre-mentioned Saints last week in a big win to keep myself and Cody alive in the NFC wild card, and looks like Agape's playing pretty good right now, but I am desperate for a win. So give me myself in this one, and a tight one, let's say 20-17. And let's look at the NFC wild card and how this shapes out. NFC, you have the Rams at 14-0, the Giants leading the East at 11-3, the Seahawks locked into that first wild card, so we're only in one wild card slot to fill. You got the Panthers who ruled the South, and now you got the Saints at 8-6. You got the Vikings running the North at 8-6, so they don't factor into this wild card situation. You got the Falcons at 8-6, and the Cardinals are getting a force this week to get them to 8-6. So your teams for the wild card are the Cardinals, myself, the Falcons, and the Saints. And I play the Saints week 17. So, give me. So that's what that looks like. That's who's left. The big win, big loss for the big win for the Bucks over the Bears last week to kind of knock the Bears out. Okay, so let's get back to it. We'll get back to the Bucks. Okay, Cardinals and Giants. These two guys, throw the records out the window, guys. I know you see that the Giants have like 11 wins and the Cardinals are at 8 wins, and you think that it might be an easy day for the Giants. Forget that. Cody and Kyle are really good buddies, and they have played a million Madden games between them. I mean, this is going to be one hell of a game. Cody is desperate, and I'm telling you that Kyle would love nothing more to send Cody home. So, and I think that's what's going to happen. Give me the Giants 21-20 in a Odell Beckham touchdown near the end of regulation to knock off the Cardinals. And that will eliminate Cody from the playoffs and just leave me and Reggie. So next up, you got the 49ers and the Patriots. As the 49ers play out the string here, I think the Patriots are on auto, which will give the 49ers the force. You have the Panthers and the Raiders. This is another old NFC battle from when Blake was at the Bucs. He used to play Matt all the time, so there's familiarity here. But I think Matt's going to handle this one pretty easy. Let's say 27-17. Okay, you got a game for bragging rights here. There's not a lot of playoff implications in this game, with the Rams being 14-0 and the Seahawks, I don't know if they're 10-4 or 11-3 or whatever, but it doesn't really matter. This is not going to hurt or help either one of their seedings, but this should be a good game. Give me Bugatti in this game. Let's say they score a few more points than they did last week. Let's say it's going to be 24-20, the Rams over the Seahawks. Next up, you got the Dolphins and the Chargers. Chargers still on auto. This gives the Dolphins a win, and I believe it will lock up the AFC East for him if he hasn't locked it up already. I think this gives him his 11th win. And guys, that tells you how really good a player he is. He was on auto for a little while, and he's about to get his 11th win in the PEL. Yeah, so you got 11-4. Definitely will lock up the division for him. Another AFC East championship for the Dolphins. So that tells you just how good he is. Okay, back to the schedule here. This is the wrong week. I always do that for some reason. You think I'd learn by now, but I didn't. And you got the Lions and the Bears. Give me the Bears in this game. Ed won't quit. Ed plays hard. He'll play down the stretch. guys like Ed is what like I said, but just like Lee, makes this guy, makes this league great. The Bears aren't going to quit. Bears will play out, beat the Lions. I think maybe, let's say 27-17. Next up, you got the Texans and the Broncos, and Levi looks to close in on that first wild card slot and keep pace also with the Colts. So give me Levi in this one. Let's say 31-17. Next up, we got the Bills and the Colts, and I'm interested to look at this. Colts told me the other day he was going to score way more than 35 points against the Steelers. Let's see if he did. Steelers, Colts. No, he did not. I think I said he was going to score 35, and he scored 34. So check it out, Colts. You gonna talk it. You got to back it up. So I'm gonna put that 35 on you again this week. I want you to break 35. Show me that you can break 35. Give me the Colts 35 and the Bills 20. And next but not least, we got the Browns and the Steelers. The Browns will handle this one as they close in on another wild card and keep pace in the North. So give me the Browns over the Steelers in this one. Let's say 30-20. So let's go back up and talk about the Bucks and the Saints. The Saints are at 8-6, and the Bucks are at 6-8, and the Bucks are playing out the string, playing hard. So this is going to be a tough game for Reggie, but I think he really needs it for the playoffs. So give me Reggie a little more desperate. Yes, boiled beast, I picked against you again, and I saved it for last. So give me the Saints in this one. Let's say 24-21, kicks a field goal at the last second. A really good game. All right, guys, that is a look at the playoff picture and Week 16 predictions as the playoffs come into focus. A lot of big games this week, a lot of big games next week, and I'm looking forward to seeing how these playoffs shake out. So anyway, I will holler at y'all later.